Hi, it's Sunday. It's the last day of February 28th. I'm so glad that the month is over. Get rid of all my bad habits so I can start March off fresh. Um, had a good day so far. It's Sunday. I went to church virtually. Um, I read, I did yoga. I have done day 3 of a 16-day running series. So I'm very proud of myself for doing that. This one was a little more challenging. The first 2 days, it was running and running at different pace, having like sprints and things like this. This one added all that from day 1 and day 2, plus it added incline, so it was much more challenging. So I took a couple breaks in between. It was like a 30-minute run, and so the first 7 minutes was all incline, and I was like huffing and puffing. So it took me a minute to get adjusted, but I followed through and I did it all. So I'm very proud of myself. Um, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to March, and I every day is a good day. So how am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Mentally, I'm feeling good. I don't have any complaints. I don't want to say that I have. I don't really have any worries, although there is a person in my life that is I found out is kind of struggling with some stuff, and I had a dream that they died last night. So I woke up like, oh, I feel horrible. Luckily, I don't believe that dreams of somebody's death is an indication that they're dying. So I'm not going to be terribly worried about them, but I definitely am going to keep them in my prayers and keep their family in my prayers because, like I said, they're facing a challenging time, and getting over the hump is not as easy, I think, as they would like. So I'm praying for them, and I'm trusting that God will get them to the other side. All of them. So I'm definitely I'm not worried. I'm hopeful, and I am glad that I have a faith that allows me not to be afraid for people, but to really be able to rely on the strength of God, to bring power into people's life and protection, and, to make miracles happen in folks' lives. So I feel good about that emotionally. I feel good emotionally as well. Physically, I feel good. I like the fact that I continue to push myself physically. It's actually, I feel like I'm pushing myself mentally because I'm clearly capable of doing the things that I'm pushing myself to do. And so I'm encouraged that I allow myself to overcome these mental barriers that I have when I'm trying to push forward in doing these things like running. Spiritually, I feel good as well. What else can I talk about? I'm reading a new book today, and I don't know why I don't recall what the exact name of the book is, but it's another Bible-based book that talks about kind of understanding the purpose of women, and God's plan and God's purpose for women. So I'm looking forward to moving forward with that book. I read a chapter at a time. So chapter 1 was really an introduction that kind of talked about, um, people focusing on, equal rights for women, and that's not the best way to look at things, because if you are fighting for your rights, you're admitting that you don't have rights. And if you look at things from God's perspective, that we were all put on this earth with a purpose. Obviously, there are things about women that are different than men. Men have some capabilities that maybe women don't have, and women have some capabilities that maybe men don't have. But we're both here for a purpose. God made us for a purpose. And so we're equal in that regard. Separate but equal, or different but equal. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that, because as I first started reading about it, I was really curious as to what this book is gonna, what it's gonna uncover, reveal. And I just found myself being very curious, because I've been reading the Bible, and I find myself sometimes when I'm reading the Bible getting a little bit discouraged, because there are some things in the Bible that would lead you to, or leave you questioning, like, does that really make sense? And maybe it's just, living in the United States and having, evolved to where, we can kind of do all things. That when you read about things that suggest, that women should be seen but not heard, or, just other little things that I read that I'm like, should I take that? Like, I'm struggling with this. So, like I said, I look forward to see what happens all throughout the book. I don't really have anything serious to talk about today, but I wanted to follow through on my commitment to do a video journal every day, just to see how this is going. I find myself being positive every day. I find myself not getting caught up in drama, other people's drama, not being bogged down by worry or concern, not bogged down by what other people think of me. I'm definitely enjoying this journey that I'm on, and I think that it's very good for me. And so each day I'm more and more encouraged by it. That's all I have to share right now. Thank you for listening.